Welcome back to Business Today. We've seen the unfortunate situation in our country where people are losing their lives because of lack of oxygen. Shortage of bed capacity, ICU beds, they are not enough in the country. The question is, what exactly is happening? Why don't we have these things? Well, right now I'm joined by Mr. Nitin Mongo, who's the Business Development Manager, Nairobi Enterprises Limited, and they are in the the business of supplying medical equipment. Thank you very much, sir, for making time. Let's start with the critical issue that each and every single person needs: oxygen. Why do we have shortage of oxygen in the country?
Actually, a lot of the challenges that we are having currently are because of lack of upgrading existing facilities. So you will find a lot of the hospitals that have been having are using the equipment, and now there's a dire need for it, so the demand has gone up. But as they upgrade their bed capacities, you find a lot of the times they don't even upgrade such equipment to compensate for the additional requirements.
So
another one factor that also comes into play is maintenance, or lack of maintenance, as I would say.
So there is failure to upgrade and also maintenance bit. So let's break this down on matters cost. How expensive or how affordable is the issue of setup of these facilities and also maintenance of them?
Okay, in terms of setup, it's purely dependent on the capacity. So what a requirement for the likes of Nairobi Hospital would not be the same requirement for a hospital like Avenue or MP Shah or Machakos Level 5 district or something. So the cost is usually based on the number of ICU beds, the HDU, and of course the normal bed capacity. Of course, in the ICU, HDU, and theater, the requirement for oxygen would be higher.
Okay, so you've broken it down. It depends with the facility, the hospital. That is one. But on a national perspective, looking at my village hospital right now, which is in the western part of Kenya, I don't know whether we have an ICU bed in our hospital. So the question will be, in terms of widespread of these basic needs in the health sector, oxygen, ICU beds, for us to have sort of, an equal supply across the country, so that somebody in Turkana, might have the same facilities as people in the city of Nairobi. What will that take?
Of course, it will need a lot of infrastructure development. And a lot of this is purely because of upgrades that are being done by some professionals and some non-professionals, as I would put it. Reason why I would say some non-professionals is because suddenly, due to COVID, everyone has become an engineer. And this actually poses a threat of sorts, because if you don't have the right person putting in your plant or upgrading or maintaining your services, you will have continuous breakdowns and challenges. A very good example would be someone investing in a very good plant, and then the connections on the line where the root source of the oxygen into the pipeline has leakages in the way. So you see, these become a few of the challenges when you have unprofessional people actually trying to be professional.
All right, so it's very important to make sure that we have the right professionals handling these facilities, actually amidst pandemic, which has put pressure on majority, actually all of our medical centers across the country. Thank you very much, Mr. Nitin Monga, Business Development Manager, Nairobi Enterprises Limited. But the big story this afternoon actually is in regards to division of revenue, how we share our money, and we want to cross over live to the Senate.